Welcome to ARTx. I'm Ariana and I'm an artist at the Boys and Girls Club. Hope you enjoy the program.
My name is Jenna Cornell and I am a writer. I started writing fiction stories and song lyrics in elementary school, moved into poetry in high school, explored screenwriting, playwriting, and journalism in my 30s, and I've enjoyed the ride along the way. It hasn't been without its bumps. I've had a lot of rejection. However, that journey has led me to being a writer, and it has also led me to being a published writer since 2005. For many, they picture a writer sitting in a room with messed up hair and an old holey sweater, punching away at the keys, got coffee sitting in a mug on the side, dancing from the vibrations. And I'll fully admit I have enjoyed many beautiful moments like that. However, what I have realized is that my art isn't just about me, and it's not just about you either. It's about the neighbor down the road. It's about children in your community who don't have enough to eat. It's about people internationally that are living in such poverty, they don't even have running water. It's about love and heartache and joy and pain and life and death. And sure, we have math and science and history and all those things. They're so wonderful about being able to learn about ourselves and about our planet. But art is different. It is the heart of humanity. There are so many things that I wish that I could tell myself when I was first starting out, and that one probably is the most important one, because suddenly I realized that what I was creating, writing-wise, wasn't just about me. All of a sudden the I disappeared and it was about we. And then my responsibility as a writer and your responsibility as a writer, it changes. Rather than being an inward expression and something having to do with my projects or your projects, suddenly it is something about all of us. When I was in school, I was learning from my instructors. And now that I'm out in my career field, I'm learning from fellow artists. And so always be willing to learn from other people. You see, the artists around you, they have walked different journeys. They have learned different things, and there are so many things that you can learn from them. Likewise, it's very important that you find supportive and encouraging people around you. When I was 12, my dad told my brother and I, in no uncertain terms, that art, specifically music, was a hobby. It was not a real career. And so here I was, this creative person, trying to conform to someone else's expectation of me without knowing what my place was in the world. And when I finally decided to pursue my artistic career, I made a vow to myself that I would be surrounded by encouraging people and supportive people. Now, that doesn't mean that those people won't critique your work, because you need someone that's going to critique your work. You need someone that's going to say, hey, this works and this is why. This doesn't work and this is why. But there's different types of criticism, and constructive criticism is the one that's going to help make your career soar as a writer. The other one, which is negative and demeaning, is going to impede your journey. And so your artistic journey, it's going to be filled with all kinds of projects. When I was younger, I used to say, I'm gonna publish. I'm working on this song lyric over here. I've got some bits of a new fiction story you'll have to read someday. And the problem is that none of those projects saw the light of day. I was an I'm gonna artist rather than an I did artist. And so what I had to learn was the fine art of setting a deadline, because I was like most artists, where you're so focused on your creativity and you just want to be in that creative process. But then nothing goes anywhere without a deadline. And so once I learned the fine art of setting a deadline, I saw my career as a writer take off. Suddenly, I wasn't just an artist that was going to publish. I've been published. I've had a film made, kind of artist. And so what I recommend is that you take time to set strict goals for yourself. All the projects that you're working on, get published, make that screenplay into a film. Be an I'm did artist rather than I'm gonna artist. Finally, I came to love rejection as much as success. And you're looking at me and you're thinking, you're crazy. How can you love rejection as much as success? They're telling you that they don't like your work. And just recently, I was rejected 3 times in 1 week by 3 different places. Now, if all I did was run and hide and vow to never ever submit my work again, my career as a writer would go nowhere. It would do absolutely nothing for me. In fact, if I ran away from every rejection that I received over the years and kept my creativity under lock and key, I wouldn't be the published writer that I am today. I love all the rejection as much as the success. Not everybody's gonna love your work. That is totally okay. But then somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna say, yes, I love your writing. I love what you're doing. You're published. In closing, your artistic career, it isn't just about you. You may have parts of yourself in there, you might have parts of your life in your projects, but ultimately, your art that you are creating is about all of us. And while you're creating that art, it's important to make sure that you keep yourself humble, you strive to learn, and you learn new technique all the time, because talent only gets you so far. You have to be able to learn technique from other people. And also, be willing to accept rejection as much as success, because rejection is going to open those doors for you to be published. And your projects also won't see publishing unless you set those deadlines. So make sure that while you are working on your projects, that you're setting strict deadlines so that they can get done, so that your film gets made, so that your poem gets published. By doing all of these, your journey as a writer is going to be fun. Thank you.